S'il y a bien une chose qui arrive à rassembler et mettre d'accord les gens, c'est la musique. Et quand je parle de musique, je n'exclus aucun genre. Rock, rap, pop, variété, musique traditionnelle. Au final, nous sommes à la recherche de la même chose. Nous sommes à la recherche de ce subtil mélange de fréquences qui va nous faire vibrer. Peu importe ce qu'on traverse dans nos vies, il y aura toujours une musique faite pour accompagner les moments tristes, joyeux ou remplis de doutes. Aujourd'hui, j'ai envie de vous parler de plus que ça. Parce que s'il y a bien un style qui m'a sauvé la vie, c'est le métal. C'est que j'ai trouvé refuge dans ce courant musical dit violent, et justement, je m'y retrouvais dans cette violence. J'avais trouvé ma thérapie. Donc laissez-moi vous emmener dans ce qui semble être le lieu de pèlerinage pour tous les fans de musiques extrêmes, le Hellfest. C'est parti, let's go to the Hellfest, motherfucker. Wouh! C'est parti pour plusieurs heures de conduite. Ok, donc là on est parti, pas mal d'heures de route. Là ouais, le Hellfest, on est sur quelque chose d'assez particulier. Là on est parti, là, mais en fait le festival a déjà commencé. Donc en fait quand on va arriver, il y aura déjà des concerts. Puisque malheureusement, la vie fait que hier je me suis retrouvé à l'enterrement de ma grand-mère. Voilà, c'est des choses qui arrivent. Et du coup on a tout décalé pour que je puisse assister à l'enterrement. Voilà, c'est la partie un peu pas très fun de la vidéo. J'arrive pas trop à me mettre ça en tête vu la journée que j'ai passée hier. Mais on va essayer de s'aérer l'esprit en écoutant du gros métal, quoi. Hein, on est en direction du Hellfest, on est en direction de Clisson. On a à peu près 4 heures de route. On est parti au plus tôt pour éviter d'avoir pas trop chaud, quoi, parce que ça annonce une très très grosse météo bien relou au niveau de la chaleur. Donc merci la clim. J'ai vraiment hâte d'y être. Au niveau du line-up là cette année, c'est vraiment n'importe quoi. Je me demande comment ça va se dérouler parce que il y a tellement plein de groupes que tu veux voir en même temps. Et c'est le problème en général avec les festivals, c'est une question de sacrifice. Tu te dis je vais pas voir ça pour pouvoir voir ça, mais est-ce qu'après tu as suffisamment de temps pour arriver à la scène pour voir le début du concert? Parce que moi j'adore voir les débuts de concert. Parce qu'une bonne intro de concert, ça annonce un bon show. Voilà, c'est ma politique. Voilà quoi, on est sur un gros festival, une grosse édition. Donc Hellfest 2022, let's go! Quand on est arrivé, malheureusement les concerts avaient déjà commencé, donc il y avait quand même pas mal de choses déjà installées, que ce soit les campings, les parkings, etc. On savait pertinemment qu'on était au Hellfest. Et le truc complètement fou, c'est qu'une rencontre était organisée avec moi et Brent Smith, le chanteur de Shinedown. Je sais pas ce qui va se passer, on nous a dit, Aziz, dealer de métal, vous montez dans le camion, vous allez rencontrer Brent Smith pour discuter un petit peu avec lui. On a vu le show était incroyable. Là c'est un petit peu la course. Honnêtement là, c'est un petit peu la course. Il y a beaucoup de choses, beaucoup de soleil là. Là, on est en train de mourir. Je pense que dans pas longtemps, je fais une insolation. Et comme par hasard, avec la chaleur, les caméras ne marchaient pas. Donc on n'a qu'une seule caméra tout au long de l'interview. Shinedown, frère. Je suis à dedans en train de m'évanouir et vouloir envie de pleurer et je suis content. Et laisse tomber. Et la vérité, c'est que j'avais clairement rien préparé. Vous allez vous rendre compte de comment je suis au fil de ces vidéos, c'est que je ne prépare absolument rien. Je me suis rendu compte que journaliste, c'était un métier.
On va avoir 10 minutes.
Ouais.
Comment tu veux la jouer?
Je vais le remercier pour le show, pour dire que c'était mortel, comment il se sent. Parler un petit peu de l'album, de sa vision par rapport à l'album. Qu'est-ce qu'il en ressort? Il y a le bassiste là. Il y a le batteur là. Donc la rencontre avec Brent Smith a été captée avec une seule caméra. Et autant vous dire que j'étais vachement stressé. Ok, so we Brent Smith from Shinedown.
What's up?
Yeah, one of my favorite singers of all time.
Thank you
I
very
have to
much.
say
I'm
that.
appreciative.
First thing first.
Thank you very much. Appreciate it.
Thanks for your work. Thanks for everything.
Thank you.
Thanks for the show. That
You're
was
welcome.
amazing.
Thanks for taking the time to hang out with me.
I was like singing, "Tell my mother, tell my father."
Had to do a proper sing-along tonight.
Yeah.
Today.
Yeah. Today, in the morning.
It actually, after all these years, Hellfest, it's actually hell today
Yeah.
because it's like 100 degrees outside.
Yeah.
So it fits today.
So how was the show for you?
It was great. They were fantastic and they were excited and energetic, and it was just lovely to see everybody together and just lovely to see everyone smiling and having a great time.
Yeah, because your last show in Paris was like
Alter Bridge, 2019.
Yeah, a long time ago, ages.
Yeah.
And I was there.
Okay.
Yeah, it was very great show. Like always when
Thank you.
when you come with
Absolutely.
friends. Yeah.
Thank you so much.
So I had the privilege to listen Planet Zero.
Okay. Front to back?
Yeah.
Cool.
Because I'm working with
Absolutely. Yeah.
It's a very massive record.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I appreciate it. It took a lot of time. It took a lot of work.
With a lot of songs. Why? In
I can't give away too much. Like there's kind of a narrator of sorts.
Okay.
In the record, Siren.
Yeah.
Where she comes on. It's not so much that the record is a dystopian way of life. What it is for us in the United States during the pandemic. It wasn't just a pandemic going on.
Mm-hmm.
There was a lot of social unrest.
Yeah.
There was a lot of things that were happening. And I remember when I got to South Carolina with Eric, we kind of looked at each other and we're going, we got to write almost like have a crystal ball method where you're writing 3 years from now, because no one's going to want to talk about this or relive this and what have you. The issue with that is that things weren't getting better.
Yeah.
And I remember Eric looking at me very early in the writing process and saying, it feels like we're on planet zero.
Yeah.
And what he meant by that really was it seemed like everything had been zeroed out because all of history, you hadn't learned anything.
Yeah.
And you're still, being categorized in this world. But the other thing too about the album was also the understanding that people say that the internet is undefeated, and it's not true. Mother Nature is undefeated.
Yeah.
Because at the end of the day, she's going to do whatever the hell she wants.
Yeah, for sure.
And so, in a lot of ways, that was a response of our planet and our universe being like, hey, you all are not treating me very well.
Yeah.
So I'm going to have to put you in your room, literally.
Yeah.
And so there was an aspect of that. But the other side of it, too, is the record is about the human condition. And what I mean by that is it should not matter. It doesn't matter if you're a man or a woman or you're younger or you're older. The color of your skin, that's irrelevant. Your religion, that's what makes you an individual. It makes you who you are.
Yeah.
You have to actually be able to have the understanding that, at least for us, we believe that human beings are inherently good. But you're always going to have this push and pull.
For sure.
And the dynamic of that is you have to look at each other and understand that you have a very short amount of time here.
Yeah.
You don't have to bow to chaos.
Yeah.
And part of what the chaos is in the record is Siren, which are these interludes.
Yeah.
And the beginning of the record,
When she's talking.
and she's kind of nice in the
Yeah.
beginning, and then all of a sudden as you get through the record, she starts
It's
to
the
get a little
worst.
bit, because you start thinking for yourself, and you start asking questions, because the songs are part of that.
Yeah.
And not giving too much away, but as it gets to the the ending point, she starts really getting annoyed, and you have to make a decision to, do you shut her off? Or continue your life, or do you just bow down to it? And you don't need to bow to chaos. And also too, if in your own life you see someone that is on a bended knee, instead of walking past them, pick them up.
Yeah.
Pick them up and help them.
That's being human.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which once again, not to reiterate it, but I just believe that human beings because I see it day in and day out, that we're inherently good.
It's really interesting because when I was on the road listening to the record, I was like, is that something after Attention was the previous record?
Yeah.
You got a link?
It's so unique what happened. Attention was from the conception of everything early on.
Yeah.
We knew it was a conceptual piece, more of a story album, and we put everything into that.
Okay.
It's very unique. Planet Zero, it wasn't intentional to do a conceptual piece, but Planet Zero became the most conceptual piece that we've ever put together.
I think it's one of your most ambitious, not ambitious, but...
No, it was ambitious. It took a lot of work.
20 songs, something like that.
A lot of work.
Yeah, I was like, maybe we've got something in common with Attention, because we've got this record, one of my favorite record of all time.
It's definitely two different records. Yeah. It's definitely two different moments in time, because, you know, Attention was pre-pandemic, and Planet Zero now we're post-pandemic.
And one of my questions when I was listening to the record, I was like, is this Planet Zero here or somewhere else?
Planet Zero, it represented Earth at the time. Like it represented what it felt like here, that like all the gains that we had, all the progress.
Yeah.
All of a sudden, it just like, are we Neanderthals again?
Yeah.
Like, what is going on? Like, what is the deal? Like, why does everybody want to start a fight? Why does everybody want to, like, these polarizations and yelling? It's just like, wait, hang on a second, man. Like, you have to let the other person talk. Even if you don't agree, you need to let them have their moment, and then they need to be respectful and let you speak. And you have to find a compromise of sorts. And even if you can't, you have to respect each other enough that the passion that you have for your opinion is your opinion. And in a lot of ways, man, you can learn something from each other. Yeah. So it was more about really pushing everything to the front. And it was the same thing with the music. Like Eric, who obviously is the bass player in the band, but Eric is the producer, engineer, and the mixer of Attention, and Planet Zero. And Eric, with this record specifically, really focused on sonically doing the same thing with the music and pushing everything to the front. It's a different sounding record.
Okay.
It's got, you know, Miles Davis made a great quote a long time ago. It's one of my favorite quotes. And he said, if you're gonna tell a story, tell it with some attitude.
Yeah.
You know, and that's a lot of what, you know, Planet is. But it's coming from a very real place, because we wrote it in the midst of a pandemic.
Yeah.
Because everybody was dealing with it.
Yeah.
You know, we had this idea like you couldn't make stuff up, because there were so many things going on at that moment in time where we would try to like do a different type of subject matter or something, and we would just look at each other and go like, this isn't real, this isn't like, we have to talk about what's going on.
Yeah.
And that's what we did.
Yeah, it's really inspiring. Sorry. I was like, maybe Brent Smith is one of the most person who inspires me, because you've got this clear idea of what human being is, because you come from a very long, dark place.
Well, the unique thing about it also too is like the band itself has been around for 20 years.
Yeah.
I have been, and the band has been talking about mental health for 20 years. Before all of a sudden it was like brought to the front of media, like, oh, this is we're in the middle of this crisis. I'm like, it's always been there, you know. It's how you combat it and how you deal with it. One of the saddest things in the world right now, in the United States of America, the #1 cause of death is suicide. It's not a virus, it's not heart disease, it's not, you know, it's suicide. Yeah. And we're trying to do everything in our power to give people back their confidence, to give people back this understanding of it doesn't need to end. Okay. Like, I understand that it's difficult. That's life. It's gonna throw you curveballs. When it's really good, it's really good. When it's bad, it's really bad. But you have to have an understanding that you are so much more capable than you probably think you are. And that also goes back to the dynamic of, if you see someone struggling, help them.
Yeah, but you know what? At the end of the day, that works for me. With your music, when you say on Instagram, get after it, I'm like, I got to get after it.
Yeah, let's go. You know what I mean? Let's do it.
So thanks for everything. Thanks for your music. Thanks for everything that you make, your art, your words.
Thank you for taking time to talk to me today.
Yeah, that's one of my your favorite quotes. It's on Second Chance. Yeah. Sometimes goodbye is a second chance.
Yeah, man.
Is one of the powerful quotes that I've heard. So
because sometimes you have to, you know, your upbringing and things like that, sometimes you have to you have to go out to
Yeah.
get that second chance. It's not being disrespectful, but it's like you have one shot here.
Yeah.
And the other thing I would tell your viewers and everybody too, like, don't worry about just focus on the A game.
Yeah.
Don't worry about a plan B. Just focus on what you really, really want. Because it doesn't matter how long it takes to get there, just get there.
Yeah.
And don't be afraid of failure. Your life and your legacy won't be built by your failure. Your life and your legacy will be built by the fact that you refuse to give up.
That's it for me.
There you go.
Thanks for your time.
My pleasure, man. It's a pleasure to see you.
Is it possible to take a picture?
Are you kidding me?
Yeah.
Absolutely.
It's for the gram, you know?
Yeah, man, for the gram.
Thanks
Much appreciated. Thank you so much.
you so
Gentlemen,
much.
thank you all so much. Merci beaucoup.
Just take the microphone and then...
Oh, yeah, I was going to say, I feel like you need this back.
Thank you.
All
Thank you
good,
so
my
much.
man. Such a pleasure, dude.
Yeah. Je vais m'évanouir. Je vais m'évanouir de ouf. Je vais m'évanouir de ouf. Alors, lors du festival, j'ai essayé quand même de filmer à la main pour faire un petit peu de vlog. L'une des choses que j'avais pas calculé, c'est que on est quand même au Hellfest. On est quand même dans une culture où plus t'es fort et mieux c'est. T'as minimum 5 scènes. T'as vraiment beaucoup de sons tout le temps. Donc c'était assez compliqué de filmer à la main. Même quand j'essayais de le faire dans l'espace VIP, bah c'est simple, on n'entendait pas ce que je disais. Mais ça n'empêche qu'on est quand même au Hellfest et j'ai regardé des concerts. Et dans les concerts qui m'ont vraiment marqué, déjà il y a eu Shinedown, qui en plus a cette saveur particulière avec la journée que j'avais passée. Il y a eu No Turning Back. Ensuite il y a eu un petit peu The Offspring, mais à The Offspring, la chaleur était vraiment compliquée pour moi. Vu qu'on s'était levé tôt, qu'on avait très peu mangé et que j'étais déjà passé par plusieurs émotions durant la journée, on a quand même pu voir Mastodon, un petit peu de Dog Eat Dog, un très petit bout de Dropkick Murphys, mais on a été voir Five Finger Death Punch où j'ai été agréablement surpris par la qualité du live, la qualité du son, parce que je savais que les compositions, même si elles paraissent simples, même si ça paraît être du métal un petit peu pour enfants, ça reste quand même très efficace. Et même si j'ai voulu tenir jusqu'à voir Suicidal qui jouait vers 1h du matin, c'était beaucoup trop compliqué, donc on est rentré. Donc voilà à quoi ressemble ma première journée du Hellfest. Donc vous voyez les amis, on commence très fort, car tout au long du festival, il va se passer des choses que je n'aurais jamais imaginé. Donc j'espère que ce premier épisode vous aura plu. N'hésitez pas à me dire ce que vous en pensez. Quant à moi, je vous dis à très vite pour encore plus de Hellfest. Yeah! Je crois actuellement qu'il y a la femme de Robert Trujillo et qu'il y a l'équipe de Metallica qui est en train d'arriver. Aujourd'hui, il va battre le record. Il a mangé, il a dormi, il va battre le record. On peut pas avoir ça. Il y a un guitariste de Gojira.